Y'all want to know what else comes to mind regarding that Sacred Thomas podcast featuring Preston Smiles and Alexi Panos? Such a big, I feel like one of the overarching themes of the entire 2.5 hour podcast is when it comes down to cultivating healthy, conscious relationships, when it comes to eradicating the old, toxic, harmful, imbalanced paradigms, relationship paradigms of the past. The biggest overarching theme is look for partners, or maybe not look for partners, but cultivate yourself, cultivate your inner garden, cultivate your human experience to match that which you are seeking. In a sense, love yourself how you want to be loved. Think of yourself, think of your life how you want your partner to think of you. Do activities by yourself that you want to do with whatever ideal partner you're calling in. And if you feel like something that you're reaching for is out of reach or necessarily doesn't match where you currently are in life, that's okay. But you have to work to match that, right? For people who are calling in more abundance, for people who are calling in more finances, more financial health, for people who want to be millionaires, to do more good in the world, whatever it is, you cannot operate from a poverty mindset, right? You have to do the inner work that is necessary to get you there. You think how financially healthy people think. You want physical health. You want a bomb body. Banging, dang it. I'm trying not to use the word bomb because it feels very insensitive. And it feels like it enables war culture. So, you want a body yaddy yaddy? You better think like you got a body yaddy yaddy. You better love your body yaddy yaddy, because how much more better can we nourish ourselves when we love ourselves, no matter what state we're in. And that is the beauty of the body positivity movement, right? As well. That's the beauty of self-love. And in essence, community love, right? Because the two do not exist. The two do not exist separately, that's for sure. But anyways, yeah, I just think that's such a beautiful, beautiful message. And that is something that I personally have made it my goal to do over the past 16 years. The last time I was in a relationship, it was abusive. And it was one of a few different abusive relationships that I had growing up. I spent I spent from 13 years old to about 20 in relationship with probably 3 or 4 different guys. And 2, at least, out of 3 of those. 3 out of 4 of those felt very, very abusive. And my last relationship was physically abusive. Physically abusive to the point where I was thrown by a over 6 foot tall dude. Mind you, I was probably 5'2" at the time. I was thrown onto the asphalt of a parking lot. He was carrying me like a baby because I was trying to get away from him. And he came and he picked me up like a baby, and then he threw me on the ground. And that was the moment that I realized I am done entertaining relationships until I learn to love myself in the ways that I want to be loved. 16 years it took to learn how to love myself. And that love journey began probably 10 years in. 10 years ago was when I realized I want to start healing my ancestral traumas. More often than not, we attract what we think, we attract what we believe, we attract what we perceive, we attract what we project. So if you're looking for a phenomenal life partner, you better be a phenomenal life partner. If you're looking for a body yaddy yaddy, if you're looking for strength, you better be strength. If you're looking for stability, you better be stability. If you're looking for adventure, you better be adventurous. What you seek is seeking you. Don't let your love go to waste. You are the first person you are with outside of this world. And you are the last person you're with when you leave this world. Learn to love yourself. Learn to call yourself out when you need it. Learn to take care of yourself in the ways that you are capable of, and in the ways that you desire and deserve, and in the ways that you need, to the best of your abilities, and know that all else will flow. Our society was built off of spiritual soul disconnect. One of the most loving things that we can do for ourselves, for our soul, is to return home to ourselves. Not for anybody else, at least not initially, but for ourselves first and foremost. And know that when we truly show up for ourselves in the ways that we desire the most, we can more authentically be there for others. And it's okay if you're not here right now, if you're not there right now. Most of us have learned to put others before ourselves, but there comes a point in time, and I believe that is where we are evolving to. We're realizing, I mean, even when thinking about the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, there is a certain part in the text where there is such a heavy emphasis on giving. And as wise as that is, there has to be some level of harmony. There has to be some level of harmony with receiving. They are of the same spectrum, right? Checks and balances, teeter-totters. One end of the teeter-totter has been weighed and utilized far more than the other. What does it look like to create a relationship of reciprocity with oneself? Anyways, I digress. I gotta keep working out. See you later.